Act of the Apostles, chapter 6. Let's start the reading from verse um, verse 11. Then the subordinate, which said, "We have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and against God." So these men were bearing false witness. So what people do in false witness is to lie. In false witness, you lie because you cannot successfully bear a false witness without introducing a lie. It's not possible. You cannot successfully bear a false witness without introducing a lie. So they say, "Oh, this man spoke against Moses and he spoke against God." So false witness, they say what is not real, and then they say things that they don't have evidence of. Yet they try to generate an evidence for it. That's a false witness. What he's saying, he knows is not correct. He knows what he's saying is not true. Yet he's trying to make himself believe that he's doing the right thing. That is false witness. And they stirred up the people and the elders and the scribes and came upon him and caught him and brought him to the council. Can you see that? So through that false witness, they were able to stir up the people against Stephen. So it means that one of the primary reasons for false witness is to stir people up. Are you there? You cannot successfully stir up people to do something evil without first deceiving them. So false witness is deception. Yes. False witness is a tool of deception. So when people are deceived to believe what is not true, you will stir them up to do something that is evil. One thing to note is this: when you fall for a false witness, to fall for a false witness is actually to believe that lie. So when you fall for a false witness, you will be stirred up. You will be energized to do something that is not true. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's it. You'll be stirred up to do not even something that is not true. You'll be stirred up to do evil. Yes. So false witness stirs up the people. False witness stirs up its victims to do evil. So a man can be empowered in ungodliness. He can be empowered to do sinful things if he believes the deception of false witness. Are you getting what I'm saying? All right. So the men, now look at those that were stirred up. The people, one, the elders, two, and the scribes. These are matured people. Elders were deceived. The scribes were deceived. Do you know who the scribes are? The scribes are prominent people. They are the one that writes the laws. They are intelligent men. They are noble people. They are knowledgeable men. Yet with all their knowledge, they were deceived. And so it's not about age. The cure for deception is not just to grow old. The cure for deception is not just to increase in age. The cure for deception is to grow in the knowledge of God. So these elders, they grew in age, and yet a time came they became elders. But unfortunately, maybe they were not growing in the knowledge of God. So your growth will be beautiful when it happens in the knowledge of God. Don't just increase in age. Increase in the knowledge of God. Are you getting what I'm saying? Increase in the knowledge of God so that God will give you to your generation as a gift. When you begin to increase in God's knowledge, you become a gift to your generation. And they stirred up the people, the elders, the scribes, and came upon him and caught him and brought him to the council. So Stephen was doing the work of God. He was preaching the gospel, yet he got arrested. So what they gave him in return was not equal to what he was giving to them. It's not like somebody trying to deliver others, and then the people he's trying to deliver now came to arrest him for delivering them. It's like you see someone who is very hungry and the person is about to die, and then you say, "What do you want?" You say, "I'm hungry. I need food. I'm about to die." And you rush to a place. You got food, water, everything. You gave it to this man. He ate, and now he's satisfied. You even gave him money so that he can get some other thing for himself later. Collected the money, eat the delicious food. Are you there? And then the next thing to do is now, the next thing he's now doing is to now attack you. Are you saying that? So you see that what you have done to that man is not equal to the response you are getting. Stephen preached, but the people arrested him and brought him to the council. So you too, you must expect such experience. There are times that what you will get as a feedback is not equal to what you did. You did something good, but yet people are responding to you with evil. Don't be surprised. It has happened before. It has happened in the scriptures. It happened to the apostles of old. So as a child of God, you should also expect such a thing, so that when it happens to you, you will not take it to heart. Are you there? Not everybody will understand that you are doing them a favor. Not everybody will understand that you are trying to help them. There are people that will see your help, the wrong way. And when they see your help in the wrong way, they will respond to you negatively. You have to take note of that. All right, let's go back to that verse of the scripture. So now with the analysis I've done, you now understand the weight of the caliber of people that believe this deception, that fell for this deception. So now let's take verse 12 again. I want to believe by the time I read verse 12 now, you will now understand it better. Verse 12. And they stirred up the people. I told you what it means to stir up the people. Nothing will stir you up without first believing it. So when you believe something, you have permitted that thing to stir you up. That's what it means. Anything you believe has been permitted to stir you up. So nothing can stir you up except you believe it. Now let's look at some other function of the elders. In the New Testament, elders also function as a shepherd. Yes, shepherding and teaching. Shepherding and teaching. Elders were responsible for shepherding and teaching the flock, ensuring the spiritual well-being of the community. 1 Peter 5, 1-4. Can you see that? 1 Peter 5, 1-4. So that means that day, by deceiving the elders, they have deceived the shepherd and they have deceived the teachers. Now, look at the five positions of an elder. An elder is a leader. An elder is a counselor. An elder is a representative. An elder is, okay, when we say leaders and church leaders, it's still the same thing. So let me come again. I think that will make it 4 now. An elder is a church leader. An elder is a counselor. An elder is a representative. An elder is a shepherd. And an elder is a teacher. It's still 5. Can you see that? So that means by deceiving those elders that day, by making the elders believed they have false witness, 5 things has happened. They have successfully done 5 things. They have deceived the leaders, the counselors, the representatives, the shepherd, and the teacher. So be careful. You see, it's always good to believe the truth. But you see, as you increase in position, what you believe now begins to matter even more than before. Are you getting what I'm saying? Even at this my level, I'm still coming up, I'm still growing, and I will continue to grow forever. But I'm still in my little beginning. Do you understand? But even at this little beginning, what I believe matters even now. Because if I choose to believe what is wrong, certain people will be deceived through that. Because the things you believe will affect your administration. It will affect it whether you like it or not. Are you there? So when it affects your administration, it will definitely reflect in the way you lead others. You cannot lead others right. Are you there? With a wrong belief. It's not possible. Are you with me? Now let's look at the scribes. Who are the scribes? The scribes, they are record keepers. They keep records. Yes, they are responsible for recording and preserving important documents, laws, and historical events. Exodus, you can see that in Exodus 17, verse 14, and Deuteronomy 31, verse 9. Can you see that? So by deceiving the scribes that day, they had already deceived the record keeper. And there's no way you deceive a record keeper that it will not affect the record that the person will begin to keep. Once the person believes a false witness now instead of keeping the record of the truth, the person will now be more interested in keeping false records. So there's no way what you believe will not impact you. It will either affect you negatively or affect you positively. But to say it will not affect you, no, that one is not true. Are you there? All right. The scribes, they also function as copyists. The scribes, they copied manuscripts, ensuring the accuracy and the transmission of sacred texts. You can see that in Jeremiah 36, verse 4 to 32. So they also, apart from keeping records, they also copied things. They write manuscript. They wrote the Torah. They wrote the law. Are you getting what I'm saying? So I perceive that in those days, their Bible in those days is not like our own now. The Bible is in form of a scroll, so you just roll it. When you want to read the Bible, you spread it, you read, and then you roll it again. That's how it is. So I perceive that scroll, it's the scribe that writes it. So if you want to get a scroll, are you there, so that you can read the scriptures? And then in those days, their scripture is the Torah. When I say Torah, I'm talking about the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. That's the Torah. That's what they have in the Old Testament as their Bible. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to get a Bible, I perceive that if you want to get a Bible, you need to meet with a scribe. Are you there? He will now help you write your own on the scroll. Then whatever money is attached, you give. Now, if you now successfully deceive a scribe, what are you doing? That means the things he will write for you now will contain some level of falsehood. Because if you want to buy a Bible that time, he will have to write it and then tell you, okay, come back after a month to get it. But now the one that is even writing the Bible is now deceived. That means what he will write, you can't trust it, because there will be an element of falsehood in what is being written. Are you saying? I'm deliberately showing you the positions of these people that were deceived, so that you can know the implication of believing a lie. The more you increase in position, the more dangerous it is for you to believe a lie, because a lot of people will suffer. So let's look at verse 12 again. Let's look at verse 12 again. And they stirred up the people and the elders and the scribes. Now you know the weight of what is happening here. And came upon him and brought him to the council. So the council there is another word for the court. In those days, once they bring you to the council, you're already in the court of law. It means your case will be judged. And whatever decision they make in the council, that's final. Are you getting what I'm saying? So that's it. So that means bringing him to the council means they actually brought him to the court. Are you there? What did he do? What was his offense? His offense was that he was preaching the gospel, trying to get people saved. That was his offense. Verse 13.
and set off false witnesses, which said, This man ceaseth not to speak blasphemous words against the holy place and the law. Now look at these people wanted to kill Stephen. You see, you cannot succeed in an evil agenda without first becoming a false witness. Nothing sinful can be covered successfully without a lie. So lie serves as covering for evil. You have to note that. I get what I'm saying. So the first set of false witness they brought to him, they arranged for Stephen, were the ones that said, This man speaketh blasphemous words against Moses and God. So because of the job that those false witnesses did, they brought him to the court. They brought him to the council. Now, when they got to the council, they arranged another set. I perceive. Are you there? They arranged another set of false witness to still speak against him in the court. Some spoke against him outside the court. That was what led to bringing him to the court. Now he's in the court. Instead of them to still leave him in peace, they still arrange another set of false witness for him again in the court. And this one seems to be higher. These ones have grown in lie. Look at what they said. Very, very terrible people. Look at what they said now. This other set of false witness now, they seems to be more stronger than the first one. They said, okay, look at verse 13. And the people now, they set up false witnesses against him in the court. And these people now said, This man, that was Stephen now, they are referring to Stephen, said, This man ceaseth not to speak blasphemous words against the holy place and the law. He said, This man is always talking down on the holy place and is talking down on the law. Meanwhile, if you are in the court of law, and then your charge is that you are, and somebody accuses you of talking down on the law, you are talking down on the law in the court of law, you are already finished. That's one of the greatest offense anybody can commit. So Stephen was in the court of law, and people are still lying. They said he's talking down on the holy place and the law, meaning they want to finish him. What is the holy place? The holy place is the temple. Are you there? So they are saying this man is talking down on our temple. And not only that, he's even talking down on the law. So they are making his matter worse. Are you there? You see, the devil will always raise false witness. I know some of you, maybe you have had the experience before, or you are currently having that experience. Some people are saying something against you. Those things are not true. And you are feeling bad. I did not do it. I did not do it. Instead of trying to explain to everybody, you need to understand that that's the devil working. Don't let it affect you. Pray and be strong in the Lord. The more you give those things a thought, the more you try to explain things to people, the more you look like the one that is guilty. Don't you know when people are speaking against you and you try to explain to this, explain to that, explain to this, you'll be making yourself look guilty. So sometimes the best thing to do is to keep quiet and pray. When it is time to talk, the Lord will lead you to talk. Are you there?
Now, the Bible told us that these people that came to bear false witness, they were able to stir up the people, they stirred up the elders, and they stirred up the scribes. Are you there? So let's look at um who the scribes are. Who are the scribes and who are the elders? Are you there? Because to stir them up, that word stir up the people means they were able to successfully deceive the people. To stir up the elders means they deceive the elders. To stir up the scribes means they deceive the scribes. So let's look at the position of these people that were deceived by that false witness. Are you getting what I'm saying? So the moment falsehood begins to stir you up is a sign. Is a sign that you have been deceived. Anytime you discover that you are being stirred up by falsehood, is a sign of deception. You cannot be stirred up by a lie that you have not believed. So even lie can stir you up if you choose to believe it. Now look at this. lie is powerful. Truth is powerful. But they cannot unleash their powers until you believe them. So a lie you don't believe cannot steer you. And a truth you don't believe cannot steer you. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free, shall make you free. So those making freedom happens after believing. And you shall also know a lie, and the lie shall bring you into bondage. That's the other way around. So that bondage you will come into through the lie will also become a reality when you believe the lie. So what you believe steers you. If you believe a lie can steer you. If you believe the truth can steer you. But what they will steer you into is not the same. So let's look at these people that did this thing. These people that were deceived, I mean. Are you there? So that we can know that deception, not falling for deception, is not a function of your position. It's a function of your discernment. You can have a high position and still be deceived. So the people were deceived, the elders were deceived, and the scribes were deceived. So who are the? All right, let's look at the functions of the elders. Now, the elders, they function as leaders and advisors. They are leaders and they are advisors. Are you there? So, for elders were often respected leaders and advisors in Israel, providing guidance and counsel to the community. You can see that in Exodus 18, verse 12. And you can also see that in Numbers 11, 16 to 30. Can you see that? So, if you deceive an elder, what have you done? You have actually deceived a leader and you have deceived a counselor. And you know the implication of that. When a counselor is deceived, that means he's going to give wrong counsel. He's going to tell the people the wrong things. That's what the devil is trying to do on social media today. He's raising a lot of false people to bear false witness so that we can believe. That's why you have to be discerning. Because if you want to believe everything you see online, I can assure you, errors will spread through you. And that will be very dangerous. So that means by deceiving the elders, these people have successfully deceived the counselors. They have successfully deceived the leaders. And you know what happens when you deceive a leader? If you deceive a leader, you have indirectly deceived a generation. So please be careful of what you believe so that errors will not spread through you. Another function of the elders is that they are representatives of the people. They function as representatives of the people. So elders represented the people before God and their community, participating in important decisions and ceremonies. You can see that in Deuteronomy 27 verse 1, and then you can also see that in Joshua 8:33. So elders also represent the people before God by participating in important ceremonies. So they are the representative of the people. So that means by deceiving the elders, the people are actually deceiving the representatives of the people. You see, if you are not a leader and you believe the lie, the impact will not be as big as when you now begin to hold a position. That's why God will want to work on you before He makes you visible, because He knows that once you begin to lead a group of people, your decision will count. Because the moment you believe a lie, that's the lie you will now begin to spread among those people. So that means this false witness now, they did a lot of damage this very day. They deceived leaders, they deceived counselors, they even deceived the representative of the people. So you see, you can deceive a man, and because you have deceived that man, you are indirectly deceiving a generation. So that means by deceiving the elders, they have successfully deceived the leaders, the counselors, and the representative of the people. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's it. Who are elders? Who are elders in the New Testament? In the New Testament, elders are church leaders. Yes, in the early Christian church, elders are also known as presbyters. They served as spiritual leaders. Can you see that? So that means by deceiving the elders that day, they have also successfully deceived the church leaders.
Can you see that? Of course, it's not always, there's no time it is advisable to believe a lie. Even when you are just alone and nobody is following you, it is not still advisable to believe a lie. But I'm just saying that when you become a leader, are you there? Believing a lie becomes more dangerous and more terrible, because you are not just the only one that will suffer. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. A group of people will suffer. A group of people will be misled because you have been deceived. Are you get what I'm saying? So the scribes, they are record keepers. They copy manuscripts. Are you there? And number 3, the scribes are royal officials. They are royal officials. Scribes served as royal officials, handling administrative tasks and record keeping for kings. Can you see that? 2 Samuel 8, verse 17. And then you can also see that in 1 Kings 4, verse 3. So we have seen 3 things now about the scribes. Now let's look at the New Testament. Who are scribes in the New Testament? Scribes are teachers and interpreters. Scribes are teachers and interpreters. So scribes were often associated with the Pharisees, teaching and interpreting the law. You can see that in the book of Matthew chapter 23 from verse 1 to 3. Can you see that? So scribes in the New Testament, they are teachers, and not only that, they are interpreters of the law. And that's the truth, because you cannot even teach the law if you cannot interpret the law. So interpretation first before teaching. Are you there? Interpretation first before teaching. Please take note of that. And then the scribes were also critics of Jesus. They criticized Jesus. You don't need to. Now you know why they are likely to criticize Jesus. Now you know why they are criticizing Jesus. Because they have believed the lie. That's it. So now you understand why the Pharisees are always against Jesus. Coming to Jesus to tempt him. The scribes are always saying a lot of terrible things about Jesus to his face. Now you know why they are doing those things. They have believed a lie. You will not act the right way if you believe the wrong thing. You cannot believe a lie and act in truth. It's not possible. When you believe falsehood and you love falsehood, the day you see truth, you fight it. You will fight it with all your strength. Are you there? Because you see, truth is a threat to falsehood. So anytime falsehood sees the truth, he wants to fight it. He wants to kill it. He wants to quench it. He wants to bring it down. Are you getting what I'm saying? So now you know why the scribes are after Jesus. Why they are always trying to tempt Jesus. They picked a woman in the act of adultery. They brought her to Jesus and said, "Yes, we caught this woman. What do you say?" How can you bring one woman and say, "Where is the man?" Maybe, of course, the man is one of them, so they have to keep that one. Hey, hide you. Can you see? So now we know why those people, the Pharisees, the scribes, we know why they are always against Jesus. It's not their fault. They have believed a lie. Be careful of what you believe, so that in the day that truth will come to you, you won't fight it. You won't fight it. The reason you will fight the truth with all your strength is because you have believed something you should not believe. May you not believe the lie. You that are listening to it. May you not believe a lie. Now, this is it. There's no prayer that can stop lies from coming to you. There's no prayer that can stop you from meeting with falsehood. Lies will come to you. You will meet with falsehood as you journey through life. Not once, not twice. Every day. On daily basis, we see lies, we see falsehood. So saying that, "Lord, I don't want to meet with falsehood," is not a prayer point. It's a reality in life. It is fixed already. So the only thing to do is to prepare yourself to be able to discern lies and falsehood so that you will not fall for it. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's it. Now, the scribes also performs recording and preserving, copying and transmitting, and then teaching and interpreting. So that means by deceiving the scribes, they have actually deceived 1, record keepers; 2, copyists, those that copy manuscripts. 3, they have deceived royal officials. 4, they have deceived teachers and interpreters of the law. Are you there? That's it. So it is, I want to believe that it is this falsehood that the scribes believed that made them fought Jesus when Jesus started ministry. That was why they were always against Jesus. That's the secret. Thank God for this teaching. Now our eyes has been opened to know why the Pharisees, the scribes, why they are always against Jesus. They have believed something they should not believe. If you are going to embrace Jesus, it will boil down to what you believe. If you fight him, it boils down to what you believe. Can I tell you something? You may not believe this, but that's the truth. Your knowledge is what will control your action. The Jesus you are now, you have been following teachings now. You have been reading your Bible now. But see, if you are not careful, that Jesus, the day will come to you, you chase him away. Yes, the day you will see him. Do you know these people have been reading the Torah before Jesus came? They have been reading the Torah. The story of Abraham and the likes, all those things reveals Jesus. They were the revelations of Jesus. They have been reading the Torah for hundreds of years. Now Jesus came, they started fighting him. Why? False witness. So the devil sent false witness ahead to deceive the people so that they can make ministry hard for Jesus. Can you see that? The devil can also do that. He can send his agents ahead to deceive the people. So that by the time you come, they will make ministry hard for you. But the truth is, if you're on the Lord's side, victory is sure. Of course, they make the ministry hard for Jesus, but yet Jesus succeeded. So it doesn't matter how much hardness you are facing in what you are doing. As long as what you are doing is the will of God, victory is sure for you. So let's go back there. And they set up false witnesses, which said, this man ceased not to speak blasphemous words against the holy place and the law. So the question is, what is blasphemous words? What are blasphemous words? Are you there? Now, to speak blasphemous words is to talk down on something, to downgrade something. Are you there? When you know the worth of a thing, but you choose to look down on that worth, that means you are being blasphemous. For example, you know Jesus is the Son of God. You have seen a lot of signs that, okay, this one is sent from God, and yet you choose to relate with him as one that is not sent. Are you there? That's blasphemy. Are you there? You know the truth, but you are acting contrary to the truth that you know. That's blasphemy. So when they were saying that Stephen is blasphemous, that means when they say that he's speaking blasphemous words against the holy place and the law. You see, if you know the gravity of this thing that they are saying now against Stephen, you even feel like crying. When you speak against the holy place, you are finished too. Because the holy place to the elders, the scribes that time, symbolizes the presence of God. So to speak against the holy place is actually to say that their God is fake. And that one they can kill people for. Another terrible thing you can do is to blaspheme or to speak against the law. So they packed two terrible offenses, two terrible things, and then they pushed it to Stephen. Meanwhile, Stephen did not do any of these things. So there are 4 charges against Stephen now. 2 outside, another 2 inside the court. Meanwhile, Stephen, he knew nothing about it. You that are listening to me now, I'm saying you should be prepared. Part of your experience in the faith is that the devil will raise some people to speak against you. You have to be ready for that. I've shared my experience with you. There was a time in my life, just because I was teaching, I was doing a series of relationship. Are you there? And on that particular series, I was talking about sex. And then one of the elders saw it and said, this young boy is not even in a relationship. How can he know such a deep thing about sex? He must be doing it. That was how I entered into trouble. It was so serious that I was even sacked from the ministry I was working at that time because of that same thing. I was called into a meeting because of that thing. They were treating me like they caught me with a sister pant down. That was how they were treating me. And I was just wondering, is this love? Because even if you catch a brother doing the thing, the act, there's still a way you can discipline the brother. Are you there? And yet, in that discipline, the brother will see love. Not to talk of what I did not even do. Are you there? That's just one. There are many other cases like that. Are you there? So when you come to that point in your life where people begin to say things about you that are not true, don't let it bother you. It happened to the apostles, so it will happen to you. There's no way you will be speaking the truth and you expect falsehood not to fight back. It's not possible. It's not possible. Falsehood will always fight the truth. Only that falsehood will not prevail, but yet it will still try to fight. It will make an attempt. Are you there? So falsehood will always make an attempt to silence the truth. Though at the end it will not prevail, but that does not mean it will not fight the truth. The Bible says we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. Are you there? All right. Now, they also said, remember, they also said that he spoke against the law. Yes, let's look at the significance of the law. What is the law? Now, the law helps in defining relationship with God. Yes, the law outlined the terms of the covenant between God and the Israelites, defining the relationship and responsibilities. The law helps in guiding moral behavior. So that means the law provided guidance on moral behavior, ethics, and justice, promoting a holy and a righteous lifestyle. So by saying that Stephen is speaking against the law, that means what they're actually saying is that Stephen is speaking against righteousness. Stephen is trying to look down on the standard of God. So sometimes people will accuse you of what they are doing. And then they will make themselves look like they are the one doing what they are doing. Are you there? That's what false witness do. They accuse you of what they are doing themselves. They are the one speaking against the law, but they will say you are speaking against the law. They are the one going against Christ, but they will point to you and say you are going against Christ. That's just how false witness, that's how they operate. Functions of the law. The law reveals God's character. Are you there? The law reveals the character of God, including his holiness, justice, and mercy. The law actually does what we call setting apart. Yes, the law distinguishes the Israelites from other nations, emphasizing their unique relationship with God. The law also makes provision for atonement. Yes, the law included provisions for atonement and forgiveness, highlighting God's desire for reconciliation with his people. What are the significance of the law? Foundation of justice, foundation for justice. Teaching tools, because what they used to teach is the law. And then the law also points to Christ. So by saying that Stephen is talking against the law, they are saying that Stephen is actually talking down on all their teachings. Stephen is actually against justice, and Stephen is against Christ, which is not true. Please note this. I know this will help you. If not now, it will help you later. False witness will accuse you of what they are doing. They are the one fornicating, but they will look at you and say, you are a fornicator. And the reason they are doing that is because they don't want to feel guilty. Their evil act is tormenting them. Their heart is not at peace. They know they are doing wicked things. So in order for them to feel ease or feel some level of comfort, they will now point to you. They will point to you and say, you are the one. So they will put what they are doing on you. So when you see the word accusing you of what you did not do,
just know that that thing they are saying you did is what they are doing. That's just it. And that's how false witness operates. May the Lord help us. May God help you in particular and give you strength to stand, even in the midst of oppositions, in the name of Jesus. And in that day, when people will come and talk against you, say things that you did not do to make you look bad, may you be strong to keep standing and not allow whatever they are saying to distract you, in the name of Jesus. Now, I want us to look at the significance of what it means. We're going to check two things. The second offense, the second thing that the other set of the false witness said against Stephen was that he's speaking against the holy place and is also speaking against the law. So let's look at the holy place. What is the holy place? And if you look at the way they channel their allegations, they said he does not cease to talk about or to blaspheme against the holy place and the law. That means it does not cease, means that this man you are seeing here always speaks against the holy place and the law. This man you are seeing here, every day he speaks against. That means it's his nature to talk against the holy place and the law. Look at how people can lie just because they are paid. Can I tell you something? Please pay attention to me and listen to me now. Some of the things you see online, some of those articles some people are writing against certain men of God. Some of those videos you see some people do, he slept with me and I just came to him for counseling and he slept with me. Oh, they are. Some of those things are acting. Some of those people doing those funny things, they are paid. Some of those bloggers you see writing things, putting pictures, some of them are paid. They are doing those things just to render service to the one that has paid them. That's why you don't consume everything you see online. The day I knew this, the day the Lord showed me this, that was the day I got delivered from the social media. I may see it, but I don't believe it. The only things I believe online is what the Spirit of God bears a witness with my spirit that, okay, this thing is true. When you are talking about a man of God, I don't believe what you are saying until I hear that thing myself from the mouth of the man of God. That's when I will believe. You can't just stand and say, this man of God said this. I won't believe you. Let me see where he said it. Are you there? And not only that, because we are in a very terrible generation that they can cut your clips, add it together to make it look like two of you are fighting. I also understand that method too. So when I see those kind of things, putting two preachers together to make it look like they are arguing with one another, I don't pay attention to those things too, because I know that's the devil's tool to pollute the heart of people. You need to understand what the devil is doing on social media so that your heart will not be polluted. How you getting what I'm saying? So they said, this man ceaseth not to blaspheme against the holy place and the law. So what is the holy place? Number one, in the holy place, you find the table of shewbread. The table of shewbread. Now that represented God's provision and covenant relationship with the Israelites, featuring 12 loaves of bread, which symbolizes the 12 disciples. So the table of shewbread contains 12 loaves of bread, and that is pointing to the 12 disciples. Are you getting what I'm saying? The 12 tribes, the 12 tribes of Israel. Another thing you'll find in the holy place is golden lampstand. That is embodying God's presence and guidance. This 7-branched menorah provided light in the holy place. So in the holy place, you are going to see the golden lampstand. It has 7 heads. Are you there? That lamp with 7 heads is called menorah. That one, you will find it in the holy place. Please note that the holy place is not the same as the Holy of Holies. Another name for the holy place is the inner court. That's the holy place is where the priest stays. The outer court is where people stay, the general public. Are you there? All right. Another thing you will find in the holy place is altar of incense. That's symbolizing prayers ascending to God. Fragrant incense was, fragrant incense was born here. That's where they burn incense, highlighting the importance of prayers and interceding or intercession.
Are you getting what I'm saying? So it is in the holy place that you also see the priest functioning. Only the priest could enter the holy place to perform daily rituals, maintaining the sacred items, and ensuring the people's worship was acceptable to the Lord. This duty includes lighting the lamps, replacing shewbread, and burning incense. Are you there? So the priest, what do they do? What do they do in the holy place? They light the lamps. They are the one to come and light the menorah. The shewbread, they will replace it because they have to change it, I think, on daily basis or per time. They have to change the bread, the shewbread, they have to change it. Are you there? And also, they burn incense in the holy place. So, when they say that Stephen spoke against the holy place, that means Stephen is talking down on all these things. It means Stephen is abusing the priest. Stephen is talking down on the shewbread. Stephen is talking down on the golden lampstand. Stephen is talking down on the altar of incense. So by saying he's speaking against the holy place, they're actually saying many things. So a false witness will not care. He won't mind to destroy you. He uses the tool for destruction is their words. They say what they don't know. Are you there? And they know what they are. What they don't know is what they say. And what they know, they keep it. Are you there? So that's just how they function. Let's continue. Significance of the holy place. The holy place foreshadowed the greater access to God provided through Jesus Christ, as emphasized in Hebrews 9, verse 1 to 10. It represented the earthly spheres of Christ's manifestation and the present scene of the church fellowship. The torn curtain in the temple after Jesus' death symbolized the new direct access to God for all the people through Christ's sacrifice. So that means by saying that Stephen spoke against the holy place, they were actually saying Stephen is speaking against Christ. The Christ they don't know. They are still saying that Stephen is speaking against the Christ. Meanwhile, Stephen is preaching that Christ, yet their own interpretation is that he's speaking against Christ. Can you see that?